Welcome back to episode 34 of our Make Barbarians Great Again series. This episode today we are going down to the south. As you can see here, unfortunately I'm going to be doing a horrible commentary today because the episode I did last night before I went to bed sadly had the audio file just get rid of my mic. So I have to remember what I'm saying. So we were going to go eventually west to eventually go north because we keep getting these Barbarian King quests. So I was like, oh, let's, eventually bring ourselves back to our favorite spot, go north to areas where the quest will give it to us closely, because we don't have to walk all that way for a Barbarian quest. So we'll go and take the port to Burkhaven eventually, but today we're going down south to the Nomads. There's not much left that this city will give us, so we might as well just walk there. It's unfortunate that we can't get like a caravan or something like that. There's some Nomads sitting around here, and there's a fight, so we're just considering to see if we can get a nice fight out of these guys, but the 9's not super worth it. But that looks pretty nice. We've got ourselves a champion Nomad, so yeah, let's take this fight. Definitely worth it. It's just 5 enemies, but we should... Oh, he looks so freaking good, doesn't he? I was considering that he probably has a famed item, because that's definitely a famed item we've seen before. In terms of weapons, the executioners don't have anything fancy, but a nice helmet for sure, and that's a good hammer that we want. So this is definitely a great fight to take. But with the named enemy, the champion, he does look like he could have some famed armor or headpieces because they look very, very cool. So I was considering, yeah, maybe we could get even more than just the one item. But we'll have to see when we get to the end of the fight. But yeah, considering, should we take that shot? Yeah, we've got like a 40% chance to hit the head, so we went for the body shot. The less damage we do to his pretty helmet, the better chance we get it. I think Archie's a good idea to put down here in the south, because we've got a lot of helmets that are a bit low, so Archie's going to have a big day getting some free headshots. Other than that, we're just going to try and wait around, make sure we don't do anything stupid, because these guys could hit pretty hard. Executioners aren't really something you want to play around with. I know it's only 5 enemies, but yeah. We're going to risk the headshots again with our archers. I tried building our archers to get headshots, but luckily they're not getting it this time, so it's working in our favor. This one down here we don't really care about his armor or anything, so we actually do enjoy getting a headshot there. The daze is super helpful from Aussie. And we might just inspire Archie, I think, because he gets some more headshots. And I calculated in my head, but I did a horrible calculation with math. I thought we could get to him and get 2 shots off of his head, but I think we were like 1 action point off, so he only gets 1 shot on his head. One round of volleys. Some nice counter sniping going on because we're going to easily take down that executioner. The execution up top should be easy to take out if we get... Oh, dang. We're going to try and get that free bleed, but we have a 25% on cure to get the headshot. And we get the headshot. So that sucks. Down here, we could try and go for the bleed, but the problem is that he still has his armor. So Roman just has to sit there, sadly. Angel, I was considering maybe we should have probably given Angel the Inspire. But I guess Archie's good because you can get that headshot. Oh, and we didn't fully heal it from last fight, so that's why I was like, oh goodness, Shadow Viper still has 43 health. We gotta be a bit careful. Let's start putting everyone next to that executioner just so Shadow Viper doesn't get accidentally hit pretty badly. So we'll have to see how that goes. And then there is Arno with his beautiful bow. But we'll just move him up. Go for the stun, because why not? We don't want that guy swinging his giant hammer. And when he doesn't swing it, we get a chance to get it, so it's good. And yeah, too bad we don't have a mace up top. That would have been nice to get a good stun. I mean, we do Arno's up there, but he didn't have a chance to walk up and still do his hit. Now, I was complaining here because I still didn't fix our man-splitter problem. And I can't wait till we get Brawny. But yeah, we really have to sort out this armor problem. Because this is not working out for us to throw our beautiful man-splitter and hit people with it. And I was trying to see, it's 15 plus 5, so it's 20 fatigue. So we need to make sure we have a 20, just over 20 usable fatigue. Maybe 24, 25, something like that. But that'll be for a little bit later in the episode when I fix that. Right, Raike is going to go and take care of the champion. Bloodbane gets a nice fist. And then the champion goes north. And I'm like, okay, so that's not the worst thing in the world, but we just have to, you know, move north. Archie gets the beautiful headshot, and we're 3 action points left. I was like, ah, dang it, we could have gotten a second volley off if we had 1 extra action point. Lucky headshot, but that's fine. I was considering doing Song of Life just to get, yeah, Shadow Viper's health up just a little bitty bit, in case they try and double team him. He's the tank, so they technically shouldn't, but, you know, just in case. But Harold the Robber here is looking all snazzied up. And we got to try and take his weapon away from him. Now, with famed weapons, you always... Oh, that was a beautiful bleed. And it affected the champion's morale, which is really helpful for him reducing his accuracy. Trauma pack I checked, he had a 50% chance to hit head, so I was like, ah, maybe we'll wait. I don't want to tarnish that beautiful helmet. So we're trying to go body shots on that executioner. And I risked this, which hurts his armor, and I was like, oh, that's fine. And then gets the headshot. I was like, oh, that sucks. So we tarnished his helmet, and that was sad to see. And I was like, oh, screw it, then we're just going to keep throwing rocks at them. And I think we hit him in the head again. Oh, no, we hit him in the body and get that beautiful injury. And then Shadowcom only has a 25%, I think. 30%. So we go and stab him, and not stab him, we use the smite and get the beautiful kill. But yeah, now we have to gang up on the Robert. Hindsight's 20/20, but yeah, we don't get his stuff as much, but what you do get every time is famed items. You always get the famed items to drop. Doesn't matter how damaged they are, even if they're at like 0% almost, you will get a famed item to drop. Now, the only thing that doesn't drop is famed shields. If you get a famed shield and you break it on an enemy, you never get the drop. It just disappears, which is so annoying. The only time you could get it is if you had the blacksmith retinue, I think, because they pick up all the broken stuff on the battlefield. Oh yeah, I was like, Kira can't do anything here because sadly he can't go 2 spaces and attack because we've got too many people on the map. But we're just surrounding, and as usual, we can't use our giant man-splitter. But we can still use the long axe, so Caleb does have a chance to hit. And that's nice to see. A little bit of an injury always helps. Excuse me. And Trauma Pack gets to have his nice miss, sadly. But he goes again and gets the beautiful stagger. We are absolutely loving stagger at the moment. It's really making a difference for the team. Brandwag, I was trying to consider who can go after that Nomad sitting at the back. And we are going to risk putting Shadowcom in front of him. Because Shadowcom's got decent enough defense. He'll be fine. And then I went, wait a minute. Archie acts in 2 turns. So we don't have to put Shadowcom there. But I was going to be... Shadowcom would have been fine. It's just a Nomad Slinger. Apologies if you can hear my nose. I'm a little bit stuffed up this morning. I went to bed last night and was like, oh, crap. Gotta fix the video. And woke up first thing in the morning and went, let's get this thing done. There we go. Beautiful kills. And sadly, to my dismay, his armor was not famed. His helmet and his body. He looks so freaking cool. But we got the beautiful 2-handed reach mace. Absolutely beautiful. We got that for free, which is just amazing. Sadly, it's not super powerful, as you can see. It doesn't have extra damage to its armor. No extra damage to ignoring armor. No extra fatigue. Excuse me. But it does have a 16% chance to hit the head, which is beautiful. And it has 72 to 90 damage compared to 60 to 75. Which is actually pretty good. So I'm happy to grab that. And in our party of people who love bashing skulls, we're definitely good and enjoying the extra head % chance. The body armors are nice to have, but mainly the beautiful weapons. The two-handed hammer, that's definitely a happy one to have. The helmet's cool. And yeah, just a beautiful fight just for 5 enemies. So we'll quickly show off. I think we're going to switch the mace. Not the mace, the giant hammer. And the helmet's pretty cool. So we'll look at that. It's an 11 for 150, which is very nice. Not sure who needs it right at the moment. I'll figure that out next episode. But yeah, for the mace, sadly, one problem with it is our team doesn't have headhunters for maces. Almost everyone else in the team is pretty decent for their head accuracies, but our maces don't. Shadowcom only has a 30% because of his weapon. Gives an extra 5%, as you can see there. But yeah. So I think in the end we do give it to Shadowcom, and we switch up his helmet. Because, yeah, we only have 3 mace people, and they don't have bonuses to hit the head. But they will now, so that's nice to see. So yeah, we'll go to Shadowcom. We will give him... Because Arnaud has the minus... There we are. Yeah, Arnaud has predictable. Minus 5%, so I was like, yeah, it's probably not good to put on Arnaud. And Alan, I was like, oh, you've got a cool helmet already. Let's give Shadowcom, and sadly have to demote him from his cool feather. And give him... Yeah, the pink one will probably stand out more, so we choose the pink one. There we go. 10% chance to hit the head, so we're up to 40%. And then when we add this, we're at 56%, so when we switch to that weapon, 51%. Which doesn't make sense. It should be 56. Oh, maybe there's a typo in the weapon. It's only 11%. Oh, no, because it's 35 base. That's why. I was like, oh, there's no typo. It's because his base isn't 30. His base is 25. So 16 plus 25 is, yeah, 51. So that's fine. So he has a 51% chance to hit heads when he's going into his mace, his reach mace, which is really nice. Now, we do have that extra giant hammer, and Rolo is very happy to pick that up, because he has his 28 defense. He's ready to smack people. We've got the Bardiche, but I don't think it's an upgrade because we have these 2 manslitters. So we're just going to sell that. We've got 2 nomad slings, which obviously we're selling as well. But yeah, just overall a nice haul with that beautiful famed weapon and just a few things we can sell. Now these nomads, they're not coming after us. They're just not worth it. For all 24 of us to do a small fight like that without a champion, that's not worth it. But the champions we get are so worth it. Now, one thing we wanted to get today as well was the Bounty Hunter. I've been meaning to get this for a while, and we haven't had many slots open in the party, but we do need a Manhunter, a Witch Hunter, or a Beast Slayer to activate the Bounty Hunter. Significantly increased chance champions, because we just want more champions, of course. And we get paid for it, too. So we do have to try and find that today here in the south. And that would be nice if we could. What else is happening? There's a few footprints, and I'm like, oh great, it can't be a Fritz. I don't want it to be a Fritz. But that's why I was like, I could chase them, but I'm like, no, I don't want to chase them. But then I went, oh, it's probably snakes, because the moving sands debuff is on at the moment. Caravan is nice to finish once we're done here. There's a nice 3-star available. That is Nomads for 4.5, and we are keen to do that today. But before we do that, we do need to camp and take care of our slight health problems and our slight inventory problems. And we also do want to sell a few things when we're here in the south. So just getting to Dawn, 22 XP, nothing much. Let's look at the hiring. Let's see if we can get ourselves a, what was it, Manhunter, Witch Hunter, or Beast Slayer. Nice assassin there. There's a Manhunter. Not a crazy good Manhunter, sadly. Nothing that really sticks out. We could go for maybe the Slinger Spins, but I won't say it later. I'll say it now. There's no bullseye on his build. So, in the end, it's not really that strong for just a base Slinger build. He doesn't also have Duelist either, so it's like, oh, goodness. So, he's not worth it in the end. But it's really interesting, because this, if you saw me scrolling through there, there's a lot of Muladi available, which is a rare background to get. Which I normally would be a bit more interested in getting, but we have very limited spaces, so we have to be super picky. The Assassin would be pretty cool to pick up as well, but we really want to get an extra ranged person in the party, because they're a lot easier to, you know, level up and bring to the late game. But yeah, I'm here looking at this stuff. He's got like nimble, he's got really good stuff like fast adaptation, that's helpful. But the two real killers for him not being useful as a ranged character is just the bullseye and the duelist. It's just not worth it. He only has 1 star in ranged attack, which on normal occasions would be okay for his slinger, because you get the plus 12 from slinger spins. But yeah, not worth it. We'll go to the alchemist and we'll try and see if they do have it. They've got the potion knowledge and it's an instant pickup for us, of course. The best potion in the game, and we are so happy to see that. Weaponsmith, yeah, there's nothing available because they've got the silly sands problem and they've got the raided caravans. So, you know, they're not going to give much out of that. We don't have any injuries to fix, that's nice. We still have the broken nose, but that's treated. And look at the stash. This is why you go to the south to do trading goods. 646, 549. That is a profit if I've ever seen one, and we love it. It's mainly also because they have the ambush trade routes. That means they're more desperate for things. But I'm so glad we held on to these dyes and these salts to make a beautiful like 10k cast stack almost. And then there's the pie for 300. Is there anything else we can sell? We'll have to check the shield, and it's 25. So yes, we will sell as much as we can. The Shamshir, we'll keep 1 Shamshir just in case. We'll get rid of those Bardishes because we already have the Great Axe with the rune on it, of course. What else don't we need? We probably could sell the sling staff because we're not really going to ever use it. We'll sell 1 of the slings, keep 1 just in case. Other than that, there's really not much else we can sell. Because I do like being a pack rat and holding onto all these helmets and armor pieces. Because you never just might know when you might use it. But we're back up to 38k. What was I checking here? Just checking an armor piece? Oh yes! This is when I finally actually decided to fix the mansplitter problem. I know, finally. But yeah, so I decided we needed to get rid of that 45 helmet piece. Because 4 armor, 4 fatigue on the helmet. The helmet's just too heavy on Caleb right there. And that piece, yeah, that stupid 3 for 20. We shouldn't have had that on him. That's just way too heavy. And from that, I believe I gave him the Nomad upgrade. Yeah, because he's on 23. You want 24 at least as a minimum so you can move a space with having a bit of fatigue. And then swinging the axe. So there, we set him on 24. Have to repair the armor, of course, but that's not a bad use of the Nomad armor right there. Sadly, he's not super battle-forged because he's at 85%. But whenever we get brawny, we can fix that. Now, it's sad to see, but we have to get rid of Solaris' really cool-looking barbarian plate. We just have to do it in order for him to be able to swing that fat axe. So, we're going to have to change up your look a little bit to something that works. Sadly, the Great Helm's a bit more heavier. But we do have a lovely hardened top flat helm. 5 for 100 is always beautiful. So we'll take that. Sadly, the new one's 11 for 150. And the other one's 10 for 145. So technically the new Nomad one is slightly less efficient. Yeah, 10 for 145. It just looks cooler. That's the thing. It's just the fashion in this game is just the most important thing, you know? Anyways, we have to sort out this plate problem. And we're going 20 for 130, I think, because we can minus 6 fatigue to minus 25 durability, so we do it anyways. And now we're at 25 usable, and that's perfectly fine for using a giant axe. So sadly the look has to change, but it's going to be worth it for the short term. So we can eventually get that brawny perk whenever he gets it available. But I think that's most things sorted. We just have to wait a little bit more on the repairs, and we'll be ready to take a fight. I have to remember to make sure to click the repairs, of course. And there's that one little injury that recovers soon, which is nice. Everything else is ready. I don't think there's anything else we need to sell. I was double checking. We'll take this Nomad quest for sure. Very happy to do it. And I do believe I went back and, yeah. I was busy tossing up whether we should get that Manhunter, and I went, screw it, we're rich. We got 38,000. Let's take him out and see if he's got any decent ability. And then I went, wait a minute. Wait a darn flippin' minute. It unlocks the bounty hunter, even if he's crap. Let's just take the bounty hunter. We could just sell, and even if the manhunter's bad, let's just ditch him after we get the bounty hunter. And sadly, he's got a 40 in range, so that means he's a 70 to 80 guarantee, which is not really that good. If he was an 80 guarantee, I wouldn't be so upset, because then he could do slings. But yeah, the fact that he didn't have the bullseye and the duelist, I just write him off. It's not worth it. He's close, but not close enough. So it's just a sad lost case. And -4 in range defense is pretty bad too, because of the cocky. But yeah, normally I'm a big advocate for manhunters, because you can see he had 58 base melee attack without any stars. Like, that's just ridiculous. But look, we keep the bounty hunter. Even though we got the requirements, bought him, got rid of the guy for the requirements, we keep him. So we're very happy to have the bounty hunter now. Look at that. And we're still sitting on like 32,000 bucks, so we're perfectly set for cash. And now, the only thing is, the bounty hunter is going to take a little bit of time to kick in. It's not going to affect this next fight, and maybe not even the next fight after that. We have a long way to go for the nomads. But yeah, the way the game goes is as soon as you acquire something in the game, it needs to take a little bit of time for something to kick in. So like the difficulty needs to take a little bit of time to kick up. Certain things like retinue takes a teeny bit of time to kick in. So hopefully within the next few fights, that's a little scary. I was considering should we take this at night or daytime, but I saw the few desert stalkers and went, yeah, no, we'll take this at nighttime. I'm a little worried about the blade dancer because they do hit pretty hard. One leader and one executioner is going to be a little tricky, but it's mainly the stalkers that I'm worried about. So we'll take this at night, and our slingers are quite decent, you know, 114, 107, 114, so I think we can take them at night. So quickly camp just for a little bit of time, speed it up, make sure our armor's nice and repaired, and instantly night, sweet. And look at this, Trauma Pack finishes his training. Roman finishes training. Roscoe finishes training. Caleb finishes his training. That is just amazing. A beautiful boon for this fight, but Eagle Eyes. Oh boy, that's just bad. But we'll take Brawny, and that's amazing for Caleb because look at that. We can put his armor back on. Oh, I love it. Now I have to remember what armor he was using. And he didn't use that much heavier, so we're going to give him slightly heavier armor this time. I think we give him the Brigandine, or... do we give him the 11? The 11 for... no, we give him the Brigandine, and we give him the 11 for 95. And look, he's still at 28 usable, so let's give him a helmet. And he's still at 25 usable. Look at that. Super nice heavy armor now. Not super heavy, but heavy enough. And it's looking good. And then I stupidly went, oh yay, Solaris, let's put your heavy armor back on. I was like, oh, but Solaris did finish his training. So in a few seconds, I'll realize and put back his armor back to normal. Because I'm like, oh wait, he didn't get it. So let's put his armor back. Yeah, I got a bit too overexcited. I was like, yay, we can give Brawny to everybody. That's not how that works. Anyways. Yeah, we'll give him back his plates that work out. And yeah, still nice 25 usable fatigue. And he's still got decent armor, so that's fine. Anyways, the next person to finish the training is Trauma Pack and Eagle Eyes. I swear Eagle Eyes is like a 50% chance. We'll go for Freedom of Movement because he doesn't have the best, you know, initiative, 125 after his armor. And I was checking to see if he needs heavier armor. He doesn't really need heavier armor. So 125 is close to where he's going to be at the end of the game. But I was like, you know what? Even though you get a small freedom of movement is useful. So we'll grab it anyways. It's still useful on any dodge build. So yeah, that's nice to have. Roscoe, Eagle Eyes. What is this? Why is there Eagle Eyes? And I was saying that, you know, Eagle Eyes isn't the worst perk in the game. There are worse perks than Eagle Eyes. If you got a really heavy build with characters, too much armor. What did we grab here? I think we went Brawny as well because he's got Battle Forged. And it's not a bad idea to grab it. Because there's not much else we need on his build. But yeah, I was saying Eagle Eyes isn't the worst thing on a Battle Forged build. Because you're building these super heavy helmets that have... oh yeah, we can give him that cool armor upgrade. That's nice. And did I give him anything more? No, I just gave him that. Steady Hands is beautiful 5 range skill on Brutals. That's nice to grab. +4, +2, and the plus... I was going to go the health, but I was like, you know what? We do need a bit more fatigue. Let's just go for the +2. And we're at 119 range skill. Look at that. That's disgusting. And from here, I was like, oh, what do we get? We could get Lookout for the extra range. It's not great, but it's something. Double Strike's okay, but then you have to hit 2 shots in a row, which is actually not bad for our accuracy. But I went, you know, we could probably get Berserk. If we get a kill, we get an extra Sling Out, and that's sort of 50% damage increase on those certain turns. So it's not bad. So I eventually end up choosing Berserk. But back to my other train of thought, because I'm going to keep forgetting things. What did we get? Team Player. Horrible. Absolutely. It's like there is something worse than Eagle Eyes, and it's Team Player. For melee people. Because that's just, it does nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now here, we do have a few choices. But nothing amazing. Like, we could go Anticipation, we could go Crippling Strikes into Executioner for a little bit of extra damage. Rebound is not super useful because we already have Recover. Overwhelm and all that. We don't have any initiative. So I pretty much end up going with the Crippling into Executioner. Because with Cleavers and all that, you're bleeding them. You're doing some nice damage to their health. And it just isn't a bad idea to go and get some more injuries on people. And Fearsome's not bad. But because we don't have such crazy initiative, it's not that amazing. But yeah, as I was saying, Eagle Eyes, it works with Battleforged builds. Because with your heavy helmets, you have minus vision on some of those really nice helmets. And at nighttime, if you're using a reach weapon, sometimes your vision just goes to 0. Or it just goes to 1. Pretty much, because it can't go below 1. And you can't use your reach weapons. So, you know, on the rare occasion, Eagle Eyes isn't the worst thing. It's just you could get so many better ones. But you could get worse ones like Team Player, so, you know, that happens. But because we switched armor, we need to quickly get 1 repair off. So we needed to check, and it's going to take 1 hour, which is beautiful. So we camp for 1 hour, fix up that armor, and go in for a beautiful night fight. Because, yeah, the team's looking good. And that actually really helps the fight, having that extra brawny. And, of course this happens. Ifrits join the fight. As if we were versing a ton of nomads at the middle of the night. As if that wasn't enough. 59 enemies. Yeah. And the other problem is there's so many freaking bushes you can't see any of them. So this is a blind fighting against a gigantic mob. Now the only good thing, like I hate Ifrits, I do, they're just painful, they don't fight fair, they don't have morale, they don't have... There's so many things they don't have that you just hate. But the only good thing about Ifrits joining a fight in the desert, and sometimes you want them to, because they'll fight the nomads for you. Because Ifrits don't give a crap. They don't have any minds, they don't have any allegiance, basically. They'll fight the nomads, they'll fight you. Which makes it a little bit easier to fight, but it also makes it a bit harder, because then you don't know who's attacking who. And you don't know how to sort of slow down the fight if you need to. But one thing is, oh yeah, I'm just saying that because there's a ton of enemies, most of them will spawn on the right, and if they overflow, they'll spawn above us. And then if that overflows, they'll spawn below us. Because that's how the game chooses where the enemies spawn. But yeah, Ifrits will fight nomads, and if your guys are stronger than the nomads, they'll choose the nomads over you, because obviously they'll like to fight the weaker ones and all this and all that. But yeah, Ifrits are just annoying. They're just always annoying. But here I went, okay, because there's going to be more people up north, because that's how it spawns, we'll put up our tanks up near the top and deal with them. Put up the tanks, and we're going to inspire. We're going to wait a bit, because we want to slow the fight down. Let the Ifrits take the fight first. And as you could hear, possibly, they were already fighting a little bit. And getting themselves organized. So yeah, most likely they're up there. That's what I'm thinking. So we're going to have to try and organize. And these guys down here, they'll take care of these nomads pretty easily. They should be fine. We'll stay 2 steps away from their hammer because, you know, a lucky hit would hurt. So we'll be fine letting them have that. We'll move 1 space, 2 spaces away from their giant axe. I know it's a weak axe, but you just don't want free damage on you. We'll go there because the whip doesn't hurt. It just doesn't, so we'll be fine. We'll start carding story time. I'm sad to have his broken nose still. It still didn't get treated. It'll be treated by morning. So, you know, not treated. It'll be fixed by morning. It's too bad he doesn't have it fixed now. Reke, which with the extra Inspire, gets to put himself in a beautiful spot right there in the middle. Excuse me. Trauma Pack having the nice 38 defense because of that beautiful 18 dodge. Look at that. Trauma Pack should be fine to be pushing up north. Bloodbane, I kind of want to put you forward because there's and there's an Ifrit down south. Now, so that confuses me. Why is there an Ifrit down south? And I was starting to think, you know what? Maybe they spawned south instead of north. And I just put our tanks north. So, okay. Maybe we have to put a bit more effort in the south. So I went, okay, we'll probably do that. We'll put a bit more effort south to deal with this threat. And I sort of, you know, panicked and went, oh, okay, let's switch. And then I wasn't sort of wrong, because look at that. There's the Blade Dancer, so we got to be a bit careful of him. And he's got, next turn, he's able to walk forward and hit Solaris, so I was like, okay, let's be a little careful. Brandwag's going to be helpful because the Blade Dancer does not have much helmet armor. And most of these nomads don't have helmet armor, so our headhunting party is going to have a nice little ball, and I'm happy to see that. Archers in this fight don't do much, sadly. We might get a few lucky shots here and there, but we're not expecting much of them. Because obviously nighttime and the stupid way the enemies love to put obstacles in front of them is annoying. But you will see that we get some nice lucky shots here and there, and the archers aren't completely useless because of their high skill, and it's nighttime, so we don't do too bad. Kira getting up and close with a Desert Stalker, that's a beautiful spot to put him. We're going to get a few more people down south, as you can see. I'm massing us down there, and putting a few people north. Now I went, okay, Alan's got 29 defense. I think we were able to put him a bit north, but then I went, oh, we'll put him back just a little bit. We don't want to go scouting alone just yet. Ross goes south. Rollo, we could put 1 space forward, I think. Or not. No. Because we don't want the Ifrits throwing themselves at us just yet. We'll let them fight the nomads as much as possible. And I'm worried about that Blade Dancer. I'm not sure who he's going to choose. Because if he chooses Solaris, it's going to be annoying. And it might hurt if he gets a lucky hit. But then, okay, the Outlaw joins us, and I'm like, fair enough. We get whipped, okay. A couple of hits, as you can hear, going on in the background, which means the Nomads are quite engaged with the Ifrits, which is nice. It's definitely nice. The darn sand hits us. Stalker is missing, which is good. I'm still worried about that Blade Dancer. Let's go for these headshots. Or do we wait? I can't remember. Do we wait for the other hits? No, we go straight for the headshots and get some nice shots in there. Don't think we missed any of them. The Executioner goes north, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I guess he's trying to flank. The Blade Dancer goes down and attacks a Ifrit, which is nice. Beautiful headshots. Shadowcon, can we get this? Yes. Beautiful kill. Let's keep that fatigue going. Inspiring. There's no one to inspire, really. So I want to move Major Pain closer to people who can inspire. Psycho can't see anything. I want him to see those bushes. Because, you know, we could get a few free shots on people if we could see those bushes. So I want to move someone forward. And I'm not sure who. I think I put Bloodbane a bit forward. Beautiful kill by Nisman. Absolutely beautiful. Solaris I put forward, and oh my goodness, there's the Blade Dancer, and I have moved 2 spaces with Solaris, and he can't attack. So I was like, crap. Well, they have the Ifrit down there, so the Nomads obviously are fighting the Ifrits because they're easier to fight than us, and the Ifrits are fighting the Nomads because the Nomads are easier to fight than us. So, you know, a beautiful 3-way fight when they're fighting each other. And as you can see, most of the time the Nomads don't give a crap about us, which is good, unless we actually engage with them, as you can see here in the middle. So we'll switch, get a nice hit on that Nomad there. There's a lot of outlaws, so we're not super scared. Angel for the smite, but he can't smite because he moved 2 spaces, and he misses the... Oh, that sucks. And we missed the giant tree trunk hit. And I went, okay, you know what, let's go up and say, oh, damn. Alan, I made a mistake. I am so sorry. That is a fat Ifrit, and he's big. I should not have put Alan on the scouting mission. And I was like, oh, that's why the Executioner went north, you know. Beautiful hits by Kira, that's disgustingly good damage. And I went, okay, so we have to put our forces north then. Like I originally thought, I shouldn't have doubted myself. I went, yep, I should have gone north. But we commit to the south a little bit, because we can take down these Nomads. But we now have to, you know, double back a few people up north. Especially with the tanks, to deal with the giant rock problem. And I went, okay, Storytime, you're coming up to help save Alan, because I don't want Alan to be the only one focused up here. And they choose the Nomads, so yes. They actually tried to hit Storytime with that one, because they couldn't go for a Nomad. But they missed Storytime. But now's the chance to go and fight the Ifrits, the baby ones. Which is what you want. So I went, tank, let's just go, right? Okay, let's just ditch immediately and go north. Everybody, abandon your posts. And start dealing with the north. Down here, I didn't abandon south as quickly as I probably should have. But, you know, it's alright. Their archers are not a threat. That was annoying with the outlaw, but we'll be fine. Can't get a good shot on these guys in the bush, so we're going to move south a little bit more and try and go for a collateral, or... Actually, I'd like to get that 40-something on the cutthroat. And then maybe the 33 on the stalker. And we get a beautiful dazed. Can't complain about that. We're going to go here and steal that weapon, hopefully. Beautiful. Blade Dancer, no weapon. That is what we like to see. Outlaw's scary a little bit, but Ifrit's the way to go. Let's smite that thing. Come on, let's smite that. I'm pretty sure I smited it. But oh, I was complaining about how I saw their health. 116 health, 110 armor. I don't remember little baby Ifrits having that much health. I thought they used to have like 60 or 80. And we missed the smite on an 89. And we missed 3 46 punches. Sheesh. But yeah, I was weird. I thought the baby Ifrits had a little bit less health. But I haven't fought them in a while, so I'm like, okay, I guess it's just that's just how they are. And these Nomads are having lots of fun killing these baby ones down here, which is very good to see. Because that means we don't have to do it. And the Slingers will go for the Ifrit. Now, most times you treat Ifrits kind of like skeletons. Don't use pierce weapons. Don't use arrows. Only use blunt weapons. Excuse me. And the other good thing is... Oh yeah, that's some really lucky shots with the triple-headed flail, so he's going to be a problem for a while. But yeah, so the one good thing about Slingers is they're good against skeletons. Not amazing, but they're mediocre against skeletons and mediocre against Ifrits because they use blunt damage. So you're going to see that these Slingers come in handy a little bit more in this fight than we expected. Just for some little bit of pepper damage. Now, sadly, Shadowcom can't see past that tree and use his cool mace. And I went, you know what, balls to the wall, let's go and put Shadowcom right in front of the Desert Stalker. Great idea, isn't it? You got good enough nimble, you'll be fine. And then the Outlaw decides to join, and I'm like, okay, how many do you say Shadowcom? Let's go for the guaranteed headshot, because Brandwag can do that, because our flails are able to play around like that. 86% on the Stalker, that is nice to see. Actually, did we use the guaranteed? I don't think we used the guaranteed for that hit. But we should have. Anyways, footwork on the Blade Dancer, and he does nothing because he's got no weapon. But he waits. That's the tricky part. The AI knows. The AI is being tricky. And the Stalker only hits us once. That's fine. They're having fun up there. And I went, okay, let's get some shots, and let's go for that Ifrit again. Just keep working on the Ifrits as much as possible. Nisman, can we get a kill? We need to go north to get that kill, if I remember to do that correctly. Yes, I do. Guaranteed headshot. Almost gets the kill with the beautiful broken nose. And we'll inspire... We inspire Nisman a lot later on into this fight. I mean, for the rest of the fight, mostly. Nisman has the nice famed mate, and that guy collects together. Darn little babies. Getting bigger. But yeah, we inspire Nisman a lot. We'll try and get some lucky shots here. We don't. 94. Kira is a beast. And Kira's going to go to the back line and take out these archers. That's his job at the moment. But yeah, Nisman's got the beautiful blunt damage. Accurate. Goes for past the shields. It's going to be nice. Now, Alan, we could walk up here and attack that bigger one. But the way you fight Ifrits is you just don't. You fight the little ones. Whenever you can, find a way to fight the little ones. Don't fight the big Ifrits. And you treat an Ifrit fight kind of like you treat an Alp fight, where turn order is super important. Now let's try and risk this movement forward to go for that 49, and we missed it. 80%, and it's a no-show. Can we steal his weapon again? We have to wait, because he waited to try and get his weapon back. So we wait. A nice good kill on the little one by Shadow Viper. And we'll just shield wall up here, we might as well. Big guy's going for something other than us. Something other than us. There's more nomads up there. Very nice to see. Now we'll go for a beautiful 57. Look at that. He deleted everything. No head armor, no body armor, and almost no health. Because obviously, you know, we rolled low enough that we just left him on 3 health. We get a beautiful stun. We shouldn't have attacked the big one, but we had nothing else to do, so I was like, you know what, screw it, let's attack the big one. Sometimes you might as well just start damaging them a little bit, just in case you get lucky. Reike, we're just dashing up top as much as we can. Punch, and he goes adrenaline with the Blade Dancer. I was like, oh, crap. Not looking forward to that. Can we steal his weapon to stop him from hitting us? 32. And it's a no-show. Oh, come on. And I was like, crap, who's he going to hit? Who's he going to hit? He kills an Ifrit for us, and then tries to hit Bloodbane on a 59. And I'm like, okay. I'm glad he missed the 59. But I'm glad he also killed that Ifrit for us, so, you know, that's pretty nice. This Nomad in front of us is... I want to kill that one, because he's easier. But this one hitting our head is pretty annoying, so I wanted him to stop. That would be really nice of him. Some nice misses down south, and they're going to walk around us a bit. Because technically down here there's only a few little baby Ifrits, and that caused me to, you know, go after them, which I shouldn't have. So the Nomads could have taken care of that. But because we put people down south, we could deal with the Blade Dancer, so that, in the end, wasn't the worst thing in the world. So let's start working on the Ifrits as much as possible. Always have to focus. And then this Executioner leader comes through and jumps south, and I'm like, okay, wow. I guess the south move wasn't so bad, because look at all the action we're getting down here. Sheesh. Beautiful kill by Brandwag. Beautiful headshot. Let's go for a guaranteed headshot on the Nomad and get a concussion. Oh, that's amazing. Concussion's a guaranteed kill. And there's another big boy. That is scary. Sheesh. Not keen on the big boy. I went, he's a guaranteed kill. Let's start smiting this guy, the big one. Beautiful smite. Look at that. 11% with a spear. No chance. No chances at all of dealing with us. So I'm glad that happened, and I went, okay, let's keep going for these Ifrits. Keep focusing the little baby rocks. That is the most important thing in this fight because... I mean, down south we still have important things to do, like killing nomads, dealing with the stupid Blade Dancer. Kira's on a mission to go behind enemy lines. And we'll inspire... We're gonna wait to inspire Nisman, I think. Or did I move us even more south? Yeah, I moved us more south. Yeah, that spot right there gives us a nice spot to inspire anybody we want to. So we'll sit there for a little bit. Archers, I think, do I start moving you guys north now or a little bit later? Because there's nothing to hit here. There really isn't. So I think now's the time we start sending you north to go help with the Ifrits. Oh no, I moved south. That's a bad move. I should have done that. Yeah, we didn't really need the archers to stay south. But that's okay. We survive. Nisman, we got 13 action points. Where do we go? All the way down there doesn't give us a hit. All the way there gives us 1 hit, sadly. We'll go for a guaranteed headshot, I think. No, we just go for the normal hit. Little baby Ifrit walks up to us, and we can hopefully destroy that quickly. Let's go for another 95 smite. 88 smite, sorry. Give him a nice little injury. Alan, let's go for this hit. Just a normal hit. Stunning Ifrits doesn't work, because I think they're immune to stun as far as I remember. And even if you could stun them, it still probably wouldn't be worth it. Angel, let's get that nice 9 lives proc. 70%, okay, Rollo is not having a good day with his brand new hammer. Missing the 70s and 80s is just unlucky. Can we get this 49? We cannot, so that was a waste of Caleb's giant axe, sadly. Story time, can we move forward and deal with an Ifrit? Ah, that's why I didn't move with, whatchamacallit, Alan, I think it was up there? Yes, the beautiful Solaris hit. Because I wanted to give him the melee hit instead of the ranged hit, because I didn't think we could kill the Ifrit in 2 hits without using the melee hits. Or no, I should have sent you north. I tried to go around the back, which was still a good play, but reminding myself that there was more Ifrits up top, we should have dealt with it earlier. Reke, let's just walk up to the face of the big guy. Reke can deal with this. Big scare guy, and that silly... Oh my goodness, the 3-headed flail is a bit of a thorn in our side. We really have to stop him from annoying us. Alan, let's walk up and do a melee hit. That's what we wanted to do. Yeah, I really wanted to... Yeah, taunt him. You're standing in front of his face. Oh yeah, I was trying to explain. I was trying to remember now what I was trying to say. That the big guys, and even the medium-sized ones, they can still throw themselves at you even if you're in melee. So walking up to them only sort of taunts them. Yeah, beautiful whip by Roman. Beautiful. You can sort of taunt the big guys by walking up to their face and be like, oh yeah, try and hit me. And they'll have a slighter higher tendency to hit you in the face with their melee attack. Beautiful punches. But, you know... Oh, that was a beautiful hit, but it didn't kill! Trauma Pack is having a bad day. But even in melee, it's kind of like the Coven that we had recently. They can still cast their stupid spells in melee. And Ifrits can still throw themselves at you in melee, which is just so annoying. So you just don't have a chance to deal with the problem at hand. Yeah. So we'll go for that nice thing. Unfortunately, the Blade Dancer is still sitting in that blade of grass that we can't see him. We're going to try and put more effort into these Ifrits, and sadly didn't get any shots off. Come on, can we go north now? Am I, you know, remembering enough to go north? I don't think so. I think we still go south. Yeah. By this point, we shouldn't have put more people south. And I'm going to keep saying that. I shouldn't keep saying that. But, as you can see, there's just too many people for, like, 3 nomads. But that's okay. Mistakes are made, and we'll learn for next time. But beautiful kills with the flails. Our flails are doing wonderfully. I'm really impressed with the 2-handed flail reach builds. I wasn't expecting it to do that amazingly, and it actually is. So, definitely impressed. So let's go north again with Kira. I think we've cleared out most of the nomads in the back. And as you can see, they're hiding up north. And there's actually a few more than we expect. And they're almost killing a big Ifrit. I'm really happy about that. The more Ifrits that the big ones get killed... well, you still shouldn't focus the big ones, but you can't tell nomads what to do. But if they get some kills, you can't complain. And the one thing I was complaining about is the Ifrits have last stand. If you saw it when I hovered over. Initial melee defense every 2% missing hit points below 66%. When below 33%, you're immune to fresh injuries and not upset by health losses. I mean, they don't have morale problems, so that's not a problem. But they get bonus defenses for being low on health. And it's like, really? Do Ifrits need more problems to be annoying? Do they really need it? So that's just the fun thing of that. Okay, so that was a beautiful white flag down south, and now all we really have to deal with is the Blade Dancer. So let's go and say hello to him sometime soon. Let's get this beautiful kill. Rolo, let's walk up to him. And he's still there in action 2 turns with fast adaptation. Yikes. Oh, and that Nomad Outlaw just got wrecked by that Ifrit. And he sweeps and he misses, and he doesn't miss. He gets the bone plating off of Archie, I think it was. No, Bloodbane. And sadly, I think bone plating's still screwed over because he still has his bone plating. So, yeah, I think they haven't fixed that yet. Unfortunately. So, hopefully that gets fixed soon because we don't like having immune people on our team. I mean, it's nice and all, but it's a little broken. And we miss another 49. Rough days, and we miss the steal. We finally get the kill for Caleb, and Caleb can start heading north. Technically, he's going north. They go for Shadow Viper. Oh my goodness, that's not good. I mean, I'm glad he blocked it because, you know, he's a tank, and that's his job. But I'm kind of sad to say that they're not focusing the nomads as much, and we still need more nomads up top to get these rocks focused. And as you can see, there's a lot of rocks. And we don't have enough stamina because Storytime has his broken nose. The only injury we have practically, and it's the one that's bothering us because Storytime can't get some good hits off. Oh, sad days. Yep, those nomads are not having a good day. Trauma Pack gets that beautiful kill on the guy that was bothering him because he's fleeing. Nice days. Let's get that hit. We'll go for the Ifrit. Ifrits are more important. Always. Ifrits are always the choice. Shadow Viper's fine. Hopefully Shadow Viper can get that kill. And I was pushing Trauma Pack next to the Ifrit just for the extra bonus to hit. Because I was like, you could probably kill it before its turn. And it's not like the baby ones do much damage anyways. And I went, wait a minute. Brutals! We can get some nice little chip damage in. Archie, I was like, could we go to the water? The water doesn't actually give you a debuff. It's only murky water in swamps. So the Oasis water doesn't do bad. And they killed the big one up top. I was like, yes, good job, nomads. Keep clearing up the rocks. And that one forms. That's annoying. That one didn't form the little baby one on his own. Focus the ones that are on their own. That's the way to do it. Can we get the headshot guaranteed? No, we can't because we missed. But if we can get headshots on this Blade Dancer, we can be really happy. And we missed the smite. And look at that. What's that? 230%? 43 and a 33? Freaking Shadow Viper gets destroyed by this Executioner. And he's bleeding out on 49 health. Just destroys armor and everything. I thought he had better defenses than that. Nimble and everything. And we're going to check in just a second. Look at this. 80... No, that's 87 attack. It's 73 defense. And he's confident as well. With his sure footing. With everything. 73 defense. And that guy has, what is it? 32 and 43% chance to hit. That's ridiculous. Oh, boy. So Shadow Viper is a little bit in a bad situation. We gotta save him. Gotta sort of deal with this nomad now, because I didn't want to deal with the nomad, but we have to because the nomad likes us. Nisman, can we get this headshot? Beautiful concussion! On a Blade Dancer, that's like the best thing you could ever get. Absolutely amazing. That's a guaranteed kill. Blade Dancer is no longer a threat. We can now start heading north, as you can see. Probably a round, 2 rounds too late. And there's the hit that seals the deal. Big boy gets a 52% by throwing himself at Shadow Viper. 7 health, 2 sets of 10 damage bleeds. That's it. We have no bandages close by. Shadow Viper is going down. All because of bad luck. He went down last time because of bad luck. 3% because of his stupid Lindworm. Where is he? He's at the bottom right. There he is. He does have Scarred, and I was going, okay. 75% chance to not get killed, as long as it's not a fatality. And I went, wait a minute, bleeding might be a fatality. Because if you bleed out, you almost always die, basically. That's just how it is. So I was a little worried for him, because he's probably going to die. I wasn't a little worried, I'm very worried, because I don't want him to die. We can't lose a tank we just got. After having, you know, horrible luck with, you know, Lindworms, and now with Ifrits and a stupid Nomad Executioner. Oh, we can't lose you, Shadow Viper, we just can't. But, you know, our luck just has to happen like this, doesn't it? And I was trying to put people up next to him, and I'm like, you know what, there's got to be someone who can save him, and there wasn't. Not really. And there's no way to save him because he's just going to bleed out. It's not like we could stop the Executioner. The bleeding's going to get to him first. I hit the Executioner, and it doesn't do much. And I went, okay, whilst you're dying there, Shadow Viper, might as well get a kill. And it was nice working with you. But he gets struck down from the bleed. He survives. I don't know how. I thought bleeding was a fatality, but technically it's not, weirdly enough. So Shadow Viper cheats death again. And the scarring helps a lot, I'll tell you that. Scarring really helps that situation. But Shadow Viper survives. All the bad luck against him, and he makes it. Yes, another baby dies to the nomads. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Nice. Good kills. Good kills. Bottom is cleaned up, but we're so slow to join the fight up top. And I mean, if we had a few more people up top, maybe Shadow Viper wouldn't have gone down as easily. There might have been a few more people focusing certain enemies and stuff. And I got really upset at the Execution. I'm like, screw it, we're going to try and kill him. Because he's actually a threat. He took out a tank. And I'm like, crap. And look, he's doing really good damage against the Ifrits. He's killing them in 2 shots. And Cleavers, weirdly enough, Cleavers are slash damage. They're not blunt. But they do good damage against Ifrits. So I'm like, that's weird. But it's just because they've got high base damage. And that's why they're doing okay. It's mainly the pierce damage that's just not useful. So Kira, let's join in the fight. I don't want to kill this archer because he's fodder for the Ifrits. So I was like, screw it. Oh, hello, there's a guy with a 2-handed axe. That's fine. Let's walk past him. We didn't hit. That's beautiful. And we don't have action points to hit the Ifrit, and I was very puzzled as to why. We moved 2 spaces with 3 action points left. Why did that happen? Did we get hit whilst we moved across? And I had this problem a couple times in the fight, and it's because there's stupid little water pockets. And I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it at the time, but I realize it now. The water pockets that you step over cost 4 action points, and the ground costs 2, and I was like, why can't I attack? It's so confusing. But it's not really confusing. It's just hard to see in the dark. Grass patches, water patches, everything's just hard to see in the dark. But that's fine. We'll sort that out. And Kira's going to get some nice hits up there eventually. Alan and Storytime double teaming and getting Reiki up in the face of the big guy did nothing, as you can see. But we'll try and focus on this little one. And actually, I came back for this Executioner because I went, screw it. We can't have this Executioner walking up to our backlines and doing crap to them. We need to sit on him for a little bit. They're focusing the outlaws, and he's surviving, which is nice to see. Keep their attention, buddy. We don't want their attention. Especially since, you know, they wrecked our tank, so let's sacrifice as many nomad outlaws as we can for the sake of our survival. We'll take it. Now, we're doing a good job pushing north. Let's focus the Ifrits, and I went, you know what? Ifrits every time, but Executioner, my god, you need to die. So let's do that. Redk's getting a little exhausted from getting hit whilst walking, so we can't put him against the big guy, sadly. But that's okay. We get another nomad dying, and I was like, oh no, we're losing our cannon fodder up there. We need to rush north. We're running late to the party. Trauma Pack, can we get a smite? We do. It's beautiful. That's a great smite. That Executioner was fast. They kill another baby Ifrit. Beautiful. Let's sling this guy to death. Nice days. And the one thing I was noticing as well is our music was not reaching up north. We get an unlucky little baby hit on a 31%, but that's fine. At least it's a baby hit, not a big hit. So we're going to have to move Malagon up north a little bit sometime soon to reach the north people. Can we get rid of this Executioner? Did I remember to shoot the Executioner? Oh, this is where I'm complaining about how I did a silly move by forgetting that the Ifrits were all north. And we get rid of the Executioner with a beautiful sling to the face. But yeah, I went, oh crap, we should have gone north originally. Yeah, we should have. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20. And doubting myself is also 20/20. I shouldn't have done that. But that's okay. Nisman with his beautiful Inspires gets up north nice and quick. That's what we like to see. Kira gets some beautiful hits in soon. And I went, okay, let's go for the middle one. Because Caleb can join the fight and do some damage on it as well. Because, as you can see, the little ones take a little bit of damage to kill, for sure. And that is not a hit we like to see. Kira gets smacked in the face on a 65%. So we are a race against time because these throws are accurate. Especially at nighttime, because they're based off ranged attack, ranged defense. So we are not liking that at all. Ifrits use their melee attacks on occasion, and they're annoying, but it's the throws. It's always the throws that are the worst thing to deal with. That's a baby dead. There's hopefully a couple isolated, which is very nice to see. And you just have to get the isolated ones, because if they have 3 nearby, they'll form back up and be annoying as hell. I should go south. Yeah, I didn't want to go in the water. Yeah, that's when I realized the water's annoying. I realized it before, but that's when I went, oh yeah, that's the 4 action points and all that. Right, okay, let's focus this one, I guess, because maybe the bottom one here might not reform. And I think it does anyways. Whenever you fight the one you think's not going to reform, it's going to reform, because Ifrits are annoying. Now, Trauma Pack, I don't want you to get hit, because my goodness, you're not in a good situation. So what we're taking advantage right now is the bushes. We can hide in the bushes, and the Ifrits can't actually throw themselves at you because they can't see you. The AI always knows where you are. The AI is a jerk. The AI just... Every single time you hide in a bush, the AI is like, I'll just, you know, haphazardly walk next to a bush and be like, oops, I found you. And when it obviously knows. But at least the best thing about bushes is the AI can't shoot you with their ranged attacks. So what we do is we try and keep Trauma Pack and a few others safe by keeping them under wraps in the bushes. So from here I was going, who do we help attack now? We keep the nomads alive, obviously. That one reformed is annoying. We need to kill the little one above Kira as much as possible. And one thing you need to do is you need to wait. You need to be patient, kind of like in Alp fights, but a different type of patient in this fight. Actually, it's kind of the same if you want to think about it. You want to wait for the Alps to attack. You want to wait for the Ifrits to throw themselves. And then kill them down in between sort of their turns. So yeah, here we are using the beautiful slings in the middle of the night to get some more pepper damage. And it works. It just does. You do like nice little 30 damage chunks. You can get some nice armor damage, because slings do decent damage against armor. And it just helps, because then watch this. We can walk up and kill it. Could not have done that without the sling's help. And if we had archers, definitely could not have done it. Archers do trickle baby damage against Ifrits. They do like 5 or 10 damage, not even. So yeah, archers are garbage. And sadly, crossbows too. I know crossbows have great armor pierce, and that's what they're known for. But Ifrits aren't just armor, they're just rocks. So we'll keep story time in the bushes, even though we don't need to, because story time is actually pretty well defended. And I went, oh, we can move up and attack him, but it's too much effort. So I went, let's switch and go for the baby. Beautiful kill. And that killing frenzy is going to be very helpful. Any bonus damage helps against these rocks. Reike, I'm going to try and put you in front of the big guy again. So hopefully the big guy notices you, and, you know, he probably won't. But it's still worth trying. Because on the rare occasion, the big ones go, oh, wait, there's someone in front of me. I'll just punch him. But that does not happen very often. But having that option there for the enemy is better than having nothing. It's better than them having a 100% chance to want to throw themselves at you. And that's sort of the idea you want. Now, the reason why we put story time to attack the big one is because he had nothing better to do. And on the rare occasion, killing a medium-sized one is okay. You almost never, like 99.99999%, never want to attack the big fat one. But on some occasions, it's okay to attack the medium-sized ones. And I was wondering, why is the game wanting me to walk that way? It's because it doesn't want to walk us through the water. So the game usually tries to path you away from the water. And here's where we go, Malagon, let's move up. Let's get that singing a little bit closer. Because we can't reach them. So Archie, not the biggest part in this fight up north. You can do some decent damage to Ifrits, because flails are blunt. And the Archer's still alive. How nice. He's probably not going to be alive for much longer, though. We can inspire, or we just move forward. I think we move forward with Major Pain, because we don't have many people to inspire. So we'll hide in the bushes. Major Pain's an easy target for the Ifrits. Nisman, let's wait. And we're just playing the waiting game. The Ifrits will throw themselves and, you know, destroy the nomads. That one doesn't, see? He's focused on melee. He doesn't throw himself. Which in this situation, we kind of want him to. Because it would be a lot easier to kill them if, you know, he threw himself at someone. That archer is not having a good day, as you can see. But it's good that they hit the archer and not us. Definitely, if you're fighting Ifrits, you want nomads around. If you're fighting Ifrits with your own team, I don't recommend it. And this big boy, we're like, okay, let's attack him. Might as well. Kill the little one, yes, beautiful. Arno, we need to walk in with that tree strunk, but we're getting a little crowded in the top, as we can see again. Reike, sadly the big boy didn't focus you. Trauma Pack doesn't have a good hit from here, unfortunately, so we keep him in the bushes. But yeah, the big boy didn't target Reike, but the medium-sized one went for a melee attack, so I mean something was good out of that. These trees are in the way, but we're going to try and keep this big one down a little bit. We got nothing else to do with our people, so damage is damage. And there's a chance that we can kill that Ifrit before it's his turn. And the stupid tree's in the way, so we have to rush out there. We'll go 2 spaces, and sadly there was only water to walk through. I didn't realize that was 2 sets of water, so Nisman had no choice but to waste his turn. Actually, no, wait, he did have a choice. He could have walked onto the water. I should have done that, but I wanted to go for the little one. But I could have gone for the bigger one. Oh well, hindsight, again, 2020. Bloodbane can't get into the fight, sadly, but we'll just run him around. Actually, we'll wait. Wait for a better opportunity. I try and sing here. But I don't think... Did it catch everybody? I think it did. Yeah, I think it did. So I think that's a decent spot for Malagon. Brandwag, I'm like, should we go for this big one? Probably not. If you surround an Ifrit, it's a good idea to kill them. The big ones. But I decided to kill the archer just because I thought it was better. I shouldn't have done that. Should have gone for the Ifrit. Because one other strategy for Ifrits is if you can surround a medium-sized one, don't surround the big ones. If you surround a medium-sized one and kill it, you'll be able to kill 2 baby ones for the price of 1. because Ifrits only spawn baby ones if they have space for it. That's the weird thing, but it's good. So if you surround an Ifrit and kill it, it can only spawn one baby at the spot where it's standing. So you can kill 2 for 1 stone, as I just said. I'm repeating myself. But that's the idea. And it's a legit strategy I've used before. And we should have done it this time, but I didn't, because I was forgetful. But it's okay. We're pretty much at the end of the fight. The only thing we have to deal with is that really big one. And he's the only really big threat. We risked this shot and hit Arlen in the head. Why? Why did we get the unlucky hit? And he's so close to dying. And we get the kill with Nisman. And Baby Patrol is getting a lot easier at the moment. There's not many formations that can hurt us. There's only just the big one. This guy's going to break down, and we kill him. And as you can see, he forms into his 1. But then, sadly, a baby... Oh, I think the baby was meant to spawn under Roscoe and dies anyways. Even though it should have spawned in that plashy grass, technically. So, weirdly enough, it kind of worked out anyways. But yeah, if we had the Nomad Archer there, then technically it couldn't have spawned any of them. Other than the one that's sitting on. But we get that beautiful kill, and we don't want to attack the big one. We want to wait for him to miniaturize. And we want to focus that baby one. So I think we move north next to the big one. Do we risk it? Oh, we got 34. We can risk it. Because I really wanted to hit that little one. And the outlaw's still there, so there's only 6 enemies left on the map. Nice! We got that hit. That's what I like to see. I think we get rid of this little one. Oh, we couldn't reach it. We should have switched to a reach weapon. Instead of moving. That was a silly move, but that's okay. At the end of the fight, we don't need to worry about making little mistakes like that. Arno, we switch to the ranged attack. Yep, there we go. Reach attack. And get the double hit. Oh, I think it's because I inspired Arno. That's why. Trauma pack, we can move you forward, but let's just not. Get that Ifrit out of the fight. Now there's only 4 enemies. A baby, a giant, a nomad, and... I can't remember the 4th one. I think it's another Ifrit. Yeah, it's that one. And I walked past him and I went, oh, he's hiding in the bush. I did not see that, because they just blend in. At nighttime in bushes, it's just, ugh. It's not as bad as enemies on corpses, because corpses are a bit more harder to see things on. But, you know, that is kind of hard to see in the desert, when everything looks like desert. I went, no, let's not go for some more, you know, accidental friendly headshots. And we really have to wait for the big one to split, where there's no way we're dealing with him if he doesn't split. Archie gets a nice kill. We get a baby kill, and then it's just those 2 left. And I went, you know, it's about time that we kill the outlaw. I think we kill him after the big guy splits. Because that's annoying. I don't want him to hit us. Everyone's waiting. Patience is a virtue. He throws himself at Arno and decimates him. So, yeah. Not a fun time. But, luckily enough, instead of splitting into just the bigger ones, there's some little ones on the field. So, we're going to enjoy beating these ones to death. That's some nice stagger, I'll tell you. Definitely nice. Arno, let's switch to the melee. Get that tree trunk in action and get a kill. Probably should have put Arno back into the bushes. That would have been a little bit smart because he just got wrecked. But I kind of was confident in the situation. Knowing that the big one's gone, we can now deal with the smaller ones a little bit more easily. We've got a ton of damage. I think I moved forward to try and snipe this little one. Because I really wanted that little one to die. So we move forward, hopefully getting a lucky shot. And we're really not getting the lucky shot. Brandwag, I'm like, yeah, screw it. Let's get rid of this outlaw. Because if it hits Kira again, he's just going to whittle his armor and maybe get Kira a bad hit. And the whip didn't go through, sadly. Psycho is got no actions left. Angel gets the kill. Beautiful. So it's just us against the Ifrits. And we get that 95, and it's on 13 health. So close. I want to move on the water, but I can't, so let's just go for a hit on... They're both losing some armor. Let's get that nice hit there. Now, technically, we're faster than these Ifrits, so we can actually take down some bigger ones without it being a problem. Archie cannot get a hit there, but I mean moving there gives him a bit more accuracy for his friends. Shadowcom cannot assist at the moment, but we should wait in case a little one throws themselves, a big one throws themselves at us. Like that! And thank goodness he missed Arnaud, because that would have hurt, and I should have put Arnaud in into the bushes. And Nisman misses his flail on that baby one, and there's 3 baby ones next to each other. 6 turns, and that baby one's going to reform. 5 turns, and he's on 2 health. And I was panicking. I was like, come on, we need a lucky hit. We need a lucky hit to get rid of that, or else it's going to reform and waste all of our efforts. So who can do it? Who do I inspire? Who has a turn? Alan has a turn. Alan can kill him in 5. But we also have 2 archers beforehand, so if we get an unlucky archer shot, we can take him. Who do I inspire? Inspire Arnaud. Can we get this? No. And we get it. Ozzy gets the lucky hit. So they can't reform. And we're happy with that. Now the only problem is we've done all this damage to that Ifrit, and he throws himself at us anyways, and they heal up back to full health. So yeah, that's why you don't focus the big ones. But, you know, it worked out. And it's the end of the fight, so we can afford to make little mistakes, and we didn't have anything else to do. We had to hit something. So you can only be so patient in a fight. I shouldn't have attacked that one, because now Rollo has nothing to hit. But, you know, that's fine. Little mistakes. Should have gone for the second one. We don't have anyone to hit for this one either. Story time, I don't think. But we move up for some more surround bonuses. Kira gets a beautiful hit. And we're on litter patrol. There's no more reformations left. It's only 2 on each side. Arnaud's low on health, which is kind of rough, but these little ones probably won't kill him. You know, probably. Smite would probably be the better choice here. Good. I'm glad I chose the better choice. Because Smite's not a, beautiful trauma pack with his dodge and his initiative. Smite's not a pokey attack. It's not a thrust attack. It's not piercing. Beautiful kill by Brutals. And I went, screw it, we can go for another ranged attack because Raike has great defense. Go for a heal here because we might as well get a little bit of health. Nice miss. Let's go for some ranged attacks. Because why not? And Ozzy misses and finishes the fight. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. That fight went way too long compared to what I thought it would. This episode's gone really long. I apologize, but we did not expect to get, 59 enemies on a fight. 1,000 damage with story time. Look at all that. Beautiful stuff. And Shadow Viper survives with a missing eye. Man, this guy's luck is so bad, but it's also so good. Shadow Viper is the survivor, and that's going to be his legacy. The most worst luck in the game, but he survives anyways. Oh my goodness. And we get the crappy loot. Ifrits give shite loot. It's horrible. Rocks are garbage. Sulfurous rocks are garbage. You should never fight Ifrits. They're just worth nothing. Barely any XP. But look at the loot. We got the Blade Master's weapon. We got so much nice armor. We got the Executioner's armor. We got some nice helmet pieces. We got the ring. We got 143 bucks. Good weapons. A beautiful fight that we get paid 4.5 grand for. And a decent amount of XP. And it's just a good fight. A bigger fight than expected, definitely. But in the end, it worked out. And we didn't lose anyone. Look at that. So nice. Now we can finish this. And I did go, wait a minute, where's Weissenhaven? And it took me a couple seconds, as always, because, it takes a while for me to find things. And Weissenhaven's on a dock, and it's out west. So, for next episode, definitely a good idea to take this caravan out west, take the ship up north, and go find that Barbarian King. Because someone else has to have that Barbarian King quest. They just have to. I also checked if they refreshed their potions, because we didn't give anyone a potion. I forgot to give out the potion. I was like, oh, who do we give it to? Maybe it's Shadow Viper. And then I thought, wait a minute, we have a spare slot in our party. We're going to probably give it to the brand new guy who comes in. Because that's the best way. Stocking up on those potions, giving them to brand new guys in late game, you desperately need to do it. Now, we did get a level up for Solaris. Just the +1's nice to have. And I went, you know what? We're struggling with your axe. Let's go with fatigue. We have some great 127 health. Let's get a little bit of fatigue to sort you out. And I can't wait till he gets his brawny. Trauma pack with the dodge. 3 defense is so beautiful to see. 3 attack is nice as well. And I'm going to go with that resolve. I toss up the initiative, but sadly it's only a 3. And we really need a nice amount of resolve if you're going to sit on that front line. And I went back into it to double check, yeah. Check out the perks. And yeah, the resolve was the better choice. Because now we can sit on 52 with our little buffs. +2, +1. And that's decent enough. Now for this build, there's not much more we really need. There's a few things we'd like to have. But in the end, I'm going to go with Lithe because it's just a nice complement to having dodge. Sadly, we don't have the highest dodge as we can on this build, but Lithe will help out alongside freedom of movement, alongside the balance, alongside nimble with your dodge. It's just going to be nice to have. So we'll grab that. And we might eventually get matching set or something later on. Maybe some sweeping attacks. We'll have to see how it goes. But for the moment, Lithe is a good pickup regardless. So yeah, we'll grab that. Come on, grab it already. Oh, man. I forget what I talk about sometimes, but I was looking at other things that we had. The reason why I was checking Lithe is because I wanted to see if the fatigue costs for the armor was okay. But most of the time when you're doing nimble, you don't have to worry about the fatigue costs of Lithe, because you're going to be under 30 armor anyways. 30 fatigue. So yeah, don't worry about it too much. I worried about it a little bit, and I didn't have to. Anyways, that's pretty much it for everybody. And yeah, we got some beautiful armors today, some nice tier 3s. I'll have to sort this out for next episode. Gonna have to worry about getting someone new eventually. But one thing I wanted to do is we have to heal up before we take this quest, and we can do an arena before we leave. And then we can leave on a beautiful caravan. But yeah, we definitely need to heal up for this, because my goodness, Shadow Viper is in shambles. And Arnaud got hit pretty bad, Kira got some injuries, all that jazz. But yeah, we're sitting on some really nice money. And, oh, we could actually temple for healing, that'd be good too. And we're really happy we got the Bounty Hunter. But yeah, I think that's about it. And I think I might end it after this. Yeah, we're just really happy with the Bounty Hunter. And I was talking about this right now, that it's going to take a little bit to kick in for next episode. And hopefully it'll kick in for the next quest. But yeah, we'll catch you in the next one. See yous.